If it wasn't for your grace and mercy surrounding me, protecting me, where would I be? If it wasn't for your grace and mercy surrounding me, protecting me, where would I be? If it wasn't for your grace and mercy surrounding me, protecting me, where would I be? Oh yeah, your grace and your mercy keeps me when I don't obey. Your grace and your mercy renew for me every day. Your grace and your mercy is why I am here today. Your grace and your mercy don't take it away. Lord, I pray. Your grace and your mercy keeps me when I don't obey. I thank you, Lord. I thank you, Lord. Your grace and your mercy for me every day. Your grace and your mercy is why I am here today. Your grace and your mercy don't take it away. Lord, I pray protection when I'm in some deep trouble. Yeah, my guiding light trials I do not need to fight.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you all for joining No Weapon Formed Against Us. And I am your host, Marla Facey, and I will be having my other host come on shortly. But right now, we're going to get started. I wanted to talk to you all a little bit about some things that are going on. And um, first of all, I want to thank you all of my listeners. We've been out for a while. We have had the whole summer off, and I think at least since June, I think was our last program. And it seemed like every time we got ready to start the program again, something else would go on. But to God be the glory. I am so thankful that we are able to come on tonight. And I'm going to have a guest coming on. His name is Dr. John Williams. He's been on here before. He is the CEO and founder uh, of Come On In Incorporation and Come On In Academy and Come On In Elite. So Elite in the Streets. And so and I am a partner with him. And so we are going to be doing a work for the Lord. Of course, it's going to be for the Lord. Everything that we do is for the Lord and for God's people and people that are downtrodden and things like that. And so are just people that need a little break in life. They need something a little bit more than um, what they maybe can just get. You know what I'm saying? But we want to do things decent and in order, and we want to do them correctly, and we want to be right in the sight of God. And so, with that being said, first, I want to tell you all about the little fundraising drive that I'm doing, and it's going to be honoring the homeless and trying to help the homeless. And we have a lot of, in all cities, all around America, there is many, many homeless people. And so one of the things that we're going to be doing is a baggie drive. And what that is I'm going to get a hygienes, all different types of hygienes, whether it be a pair of socks, gloves. It's getting cold. It's getting ready to be cold. Whether it be a little throw blanket, some hygiene stuff, toothpaste, toothbrush, washcloth, um, um, uh, deodorant, um, maybe some breath mints, just some different things like that that we can just give them to the homeless people that are out in the streets, that need to be able to stop off at a McDonald bathroom and wash up. And I wish I could do a whole lot more, but we need to we need to start collecting um, for this drive. And anybody that was with me when I was in Maryland, I did the sock drive, I did a blanket drive, I did a toy drive, and we come out pretty good. We were able to do a lot for a lot of people, and so I praise God for that. But I'm here in San Antonio now. I see that the need is no less than it was in Maryland. It's no less than it is in Chicago. It's no less than it is in New York or in California. We have homelessness as a problem all around America. And it's just people like John Williams, Dr. John Williams, and different people in our associations and different people that really do try to help people that are less fortunate. And so I'm asking you all, um, one of the things that I'm going to share would be for you all to be a chance for you all to be able to give those of you all that have Zelle and what else? Zelle and what is it? Man, I can't even think of it. Zelle and um, what's the other one? Cash App. I couldn't think of it. So I'm getting ready to put this on there so that you all will be able to give as the Lord leads you. Zelle, my Zelle um, is 706-566-5416. My name that will come up was Marla Facey, and then the other one is my Cash App, and that is the Cash App sign. Hold on, the Cash App sign, Dr. Marla D. Facey. And I try not to make things too difficult. So if you know my name, there it is. So this is one way to give, and this is the other way to give. And that's Cash App, and this is Zelle. And I will have those things prayerfully. We'll have them, see, maybe tickering. But anyway, I'm just trying to make sure that we have this on here for you all so that you all can give as the Lord leads you. That is one of the things that is I don't normally ask for any money. I'm not driven by money when it comes to what I do for God, but it's always nice to be able to have help in the gospel. It's always good to have someone that's willing to help. And so we can collect and buy these items and actually take them out. Now, just for transparency reasons, I will be able to show where I'm purchasing them. I will be able to show the ticket price of how much I spend, how much we have, all of that kind of stuff. I'm very transparent. Anybody that follows me knows that I'm very transparent with the things that we are doing. So please, please, please help us help other people. We never know. I always say, but God that I be homeless. If it weren't for the Lord on my side, I too could have been homeless. If it weren't for God on my side, I too could not have had food to eat tonight. If it was not for God on my side, I could be where that drug addict person is. I could be that prostitute out there in the street. I could be that gangbanger that didn't have a home or didn't have anyone to love them, and they joined that because they felt like they could be at home with people that had their back. So I don't never look down on people that have had those kind of experiences in life. I praise God that I didn't live that way. I had my own experiences and my own tribulations and my own trials. But I do thank God that God saved me and salvaged me from that type of stuff. But if it were not for God, there would I be also. So we can't get so high and mighty that we don't want to help. Even if you said, "Hey, Sister Marla, all I have is $5," that's okay, because your $5, somebody else's $2, with somebody else's $6, with somebody else's $25, with somebody else's 100. We can put all that money together and actually do something. So don't think any gift is too small. Any donation is too small. We are thankful for everything and all things. And so, with that being said, I'm trying to wait for Mr. John to come on here. He's running late, although he is a very, very busy man, and he is out of Fountain, Colorado. and he is with the Come On In Incorporation. And so tonight we're going to be talking a little bit about education and the education system and how we are going to be able to help more and more people within the education program. So he's going to be coming on. But I had to wait for him to get home off of, he runs a business, so he had some things to do at the last minute. But I am going to share with you one of the things that we have trouble with in society now. And my co-host, I think she's going to come on too. But everybody, we're all in different time zones, so sometimes, because people are working and things are going on, sometimes everybody's not always able to come on right when I would like them to, but to God be the glory. It's okay. But I'm going to talk to you a little bit about why we do what we do within the education realm. There's a lot of things that happen in people's homes and their children don't have the ability. Here he comes now. Let's add him on to the
nice. She really kind.
Hey, Dr. John Williams.
Let me get off here because I'm on this
Okay,
other
because I know
show.
you got something else to do, and we'll talk tomorrow. But I'll send you a text when I find a couple more and nail it down.
Okay, I got you. Thank you.
He's still doing
All
his
right.
business. He's doing his business, y'all. Dr. John Williams is with us tonight, and he's doing his business. But shout out, John. Thank you can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. Yes. You can't hear me. Wow. Okay. I don't know.
Let's see.
Is anybody else out there that can tell me whether they hear me or not? Just put a thumbs up or put something in the chat saying, hey, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Can you hear me yet, John? I hear you. I hear you. But what I was going to say is that many, many times young people are coming from broken homes, different things are going on. And sometimes their school, they have a whole lot of lapse in their schooling. Maybe you was in 6th grade and you went to this school in 6th grade. Then you had to switch up 2 months after school started and you went into a new school and you started having learning gaps. Not because of your own fault, but you had learning gaps. And because of that, it was hard to keep up with the other students. It was hard to keep up when you went into your other school. Or perhaps maybe you were ahead. Maybe there were things that you were ahead on one thing and behind on another, and you got frustrated. And for whatever reason, you didn't finish school. You weren't able to finish school. And so, we have a program here that Dr. Williams, you have no sound. I hear you fine. Hold on a second. We got to get this working right, y'all. Let's see. You can't hear me? I'm typing to him. Okay.
Test one. Test one.
I hear you fine. I hear you. So, but anyway, sometimes these children, they end up quitting school, or because a lot of times our school education programs are really.
Okay, I can hear you.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, I put it on the TV thing. I can hear you.
Okay, a lot. I hear myself to you. So you have to turn. You have to take off Facebook or turn it off or something, so that I won't hear myself.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you fine, but I hear myself.
Oh, you hear the feedback.
Yeah. So you need to go in there in the settings and do the echo, turn off echo.
Oh, okay. I just turned it on. I probably just went in and turned it on. I saw that.
That echo cancellation, you make sure that it's on. Make sure that it's on.
I got you. Yeah, there it is right there. That's better?
Yes, much better. Much better. Okay.
I turned it off.
It's perfect. It's perfect. So welcome, you guys. Welcome again. I'm Dr. Marla Facey. We have Dr. John Williams on here, and he's going to tell us a little bit about himself. He's been on before. So those of y'all that have seen the programs before, and Dr. Williams, but we have something that we're going to be talking about. I was just telling you all about the education system and how come sometimes people drop out of school. They drop out of school for a lot of different reasons. Sometimes there's a loss in the family, and they have to, that person has to be the mom or the dad in the situation,
Right.
and they have to go out and work. And now 20 years have passed and they never got their education. They never got their high school diploma. And so we have a program that Dr. John Williams is going to explain that will help you if you don't have your high school diploma, or you have a kid that's really struggling in school. We don't want to give kids a pass. Yes, we'd like them to stay in regular public high school and graduate. That's the number one goal that we want. But there are times where that just isn't going to happen. And so we have a program out there for those type of situations. Maybe your kid just needs that extra boost. Maybe there's something that's keeping them in high school from really learning. Perhaps it's even the teachers, because we're in situations where teachers are not I ain't going to say they're not teaching, because we can't put all teachers in. We have some very good teachers out there. Very good teachers. We also have some that are there only for the money. We have some there that do not really care about the children. We have some there that will leave kids behind just because they don't like the kid, because people are people. And so as parents, we understand that sometimes we have a kid that just is going to have a hard time because they are who they are, And so we have to sometimes meet those kids where they are. We have to give them that boost that the system won't give them. And then they get out and they give up on school. They give up in school. Next thing they're not graduating when they're supposed to. Next thing you know, because they don't have a high school diploma, they're out there on the streets, and now they're being labeled. They're being labeled in every aspect of life. They can't do this. They can't have this. If you don't have this, you can't get your own apartment. Blase, blase, blase. You get on a job, but you can't go so high because you don't have that diploma. So we're here to help you all with that. So John, you take it over.
Well, hello, everybody. If you don't know who I am, Dr. J. Will with the Elite Motivation Moment is Dr. John Williams. I like saying that. Hey, look, thank you, Ambassador Marla, for bringing me on. It wasn't a last minute. We've been trying to connect to come on, but we've been so busy. And what I want to say is, besides thank you, and I love your backdrop. You're gonna have to talk to me off air on where to get me. Yeah, I know mine is beautiful, but I like that right there. I like that.
I'll get you hooked
up. Listen, everybody know I always give God the praise, and the reason for the school is just like Doc was saying, that I was that person that was passed along. I was that one that failed 3 times in the same grade, the 7th grade, and I didn't care about no school because school really didn't care about me. I was more into making people laugh and just to get out of the house, so to speak. And back in where I grew up in Arkansas, you either went or you didn't. And sometimes you chopped cotton, or you took care of the kids, or your siblings, or back in our day, a lot of young parents were passing away, or dads was leaving the family, and or mom would walk off, and you be left being mama, daddy, or whatever you had to do to provide for those children. So your siblings. So I always said, if I got in a position where I could reach back and help, and anybody that knows me know I love reaching back and helping wherever I can. So I prayed about this thing, and I saw a lot of my friends that was honor roll students in junior high and probably the 10th grade, but that's as far as they went. Something came up, or they got hooked on drugs, or whatever the problem was. They weren't the honor roll queen anymore, or the honor roll king anymore. They were out there struggling, just quit school. And so I wanted to start a program that could help those that had a hiccup back in those days. And when I first started it, and I'm gonna give credit to Dr. Marla too. When I first started it was set for people that was 45 years and older. That's what the high school program was set for when we first created it. Coin Community Academy. It's just come on in, the COIN. So we named it. It was given the name by Dr. Laverne, which is the director of my program. She was assistant director of the Come On In. Dr. Laverne said, "John, won't you just name it Coin? Come On In Academy." And the name sounded good. It stuck good. It felt good. And here we are today. To this date, we have graduated 32 people from Coin. And as I was saying, it was set up in the beginning for people that was 45 years and older. The reason I set the age high because I figure at 45, you either done had a job, you got a job, and you just wanted to click it off on your bucket list. But Dr. Marla started talking to me. Took a little while for her to convince me that, hey, it's a lot of teenagers out there that's not doing good in school. They ain't even caring about it. And they ain't even trying. They're not even trying anymore because nobody has pushed them to try.
Mhm.
I go back to what I said. I was one of those that was a failure in school, but it took one person to give me the opportunity. One
Yes.
person to take me in and say, John, you can be anybody you want to be. That person is the lady that you always hear me talk about. The lady that raised me, Etta Mae Houston now. She was Etta Mae Robinson back then, but she was my brother's ex-wife. And she took me in her house with her children, and they were all honor roll students and doing good. So I saw a positive that, hey, if they're doing good, I'm going to try this. But a lot of people didn't know I couldn't read and write. But God gave me the ability, y'all. I'm telling you, when I went into the Army, I went in on the category 4. That's the lowest category. That means you just sign your name and go in and put an X on whatever. And that is how I got into the military. Well, fast forward, I made rank pretty fast. Anybody know when you make E4 promotable, they start saying, well, you got to write canceling statements. So I carried around in my Army career. I had this is my devotional that I carry around now, but I had y'all remember those pocket dictionaries that was about this big? It fit in
Yeah.
my cargo pocket. It fit in my cargo pocket. And every time I needed to write something or spell something, I would turn to the side and look the word up or what came close to what the word's supposed to be. And that's how I got through my uh, illiteracy part. I wouldn't read in front of you or anything like that. I would just sit there and, do what I had to do to get by. And then
Mm.
when I made E5 real quick in 3 years, now I'm grading people, and we didn't have a computer, we didn't have a spell check.
Right.
You had them typewriters with the whiteout. You know what I'm saying? You had them typewriters with the whiteout. So
That's right.
um, my papers had a lot of whiteout in them, and I would get another NCO counseling statement and just kind of just write it word for word off of somebody else. And that's the way I got through life, y'all. But somebody told me that I could be anything, and that woman inspired me. And once God put the learning in me,
Yes.
man, I just soared from there. So, Doctor Marla told me about the school because I had a couple of doctorate degrees before I met her, and she told me about Dr. Alice with Fresh Anointing Christian Bible Institute. So I hooked up with Dr.
Partner. Hmm.
And then she turned me on to Dr. Alice, and the ball just started rolling from then, and went through and got all our degrees, or a couple of my degrees through her. And I talked to, I think I was, Dr. Marla is probably one of the first ones I told that I thought about doing the high school. So then I got with Udemy, the college Udemy, as well as I think it's called a Fresh Start or something. It's another school, and took the course to be a certified homeschooling uh, teacher, and that's what I did. And when we started this program, our first person that we graduated from Coin Community Academy was the NBA basketball player. His mom was 73 years old. 73 years old. And God showed me something right there. Because even I was talking to somebody about 3 or 4 days ago, and I said, it just dawned on me that I'm Little John. Started a program, the Elite Hour of Power, because of
Mm.
Dr. Marla here telling me how to get on and do this kind of stuff. And one Saturday, she walked me through it. But I'm not diverting from what I'm trying to tell you. This lady was 73 years old, a NBA basketball player's mother.
Yeah.
Y'all let that sink in for a minute. He reached out to me and said, my mom didn't get her high school diploma. I hear that you have a high school. And it blew me away, y'all, because I'm John. Here's a millionaire that done played all 3 or 4 different basketball NBA teams.
Yes.
Say his name. His first name is Anthony. But his all those people in the world that they could have chosen in the millionaire sector, he could have bought a degree from another place. But his mom, I mean, he chose our school to graduate his mom with her high school diploma. So they flew me out to Atlanta, Georgia, at a big event that we had out there, and we graduated his mom. She walked across the stage with Come On In, Cohen Community Academy's first
Yes.
high school diploma. We
Amen.
had another student that was in jail for over 30 years. He got out of jail, called me up. Somebody told him about the school.
Mm-hmm.
We graduated him, and he is now making $27 an hour. Come
Yeah.
on, and I know we have those people say, "Well, I can go online, and I can get this, and I can get that." But something about our school. Our school gives back to the community.
Yeah.
When you come to our school and graduate, we're gonna help Dr. Marla. We have funds, a little funds to help her send $20, $30 over there to help her feed the homeless in her program. Oh, they need some money. We got 20 or 30 to help you over there. And
That's
it's
right.
about helping each other, y'all. We're not
Building the community.
founder
That's
and all, but it's not about me. It's about us. See, that's the big difference between trying to go online and pay for your diploma or whatever. That's good. You can do what you want. But when you want to see where your money go, even though you got a high school diploma, you just gave back to help that homeless because that's what we do with the money.
that's
We
right.
give back to the community. And so every time we come on asking, we have the African Foundation, we have the Indian Foundation, we have the we help a lot of different countries, but we don't send thousands of dollars because we don't have it like that. We might send $100, but that $100 is like 1,000 to some of the places that we
That's
send.
right. That's
So
right.
whenever you're talking to Dr. Marlin and you say, well, I want to go through his school, and I don't just think of this. When you're going through our school, you basically tithing to our school because those tithings or that money goes right
That's
back
right.
out. We don't hold on to it. Whatever we get, we are blessed to have. But the monies from the schools is only to support all the other foundations that we support.
Right.
And I
Because
hope I didn't talk too much. I get
no, no,
carried
no,
away.
no. And that's a point that we need to bring out because I had someone tell me that recently they wanted to do the program, then they called back and said no, because I can get it free online, or I can do this or I can do that. But my thing was also, I don't really care what you do personally. But the thing about it is, just like you were saying, you're donating, you're doing that. Yes, you're getting the high school diploma and the transcript
Yes.
to make your life a little bit better,
Yes.
and at
Yes.
least say you got it. But then also it's helping a whole plethora of people on in a whole nother area. You
Yes,
know,
it is.
and then a lot of times we get to the point. Sometimes we get so big in ourselves that we forget if it were not for God, where we would be as well. You
That's
know what
it.
I'm saying? That part right there. We forget sometimes that if it wasn't nothing but for the grace of God, there be I homeless as well. There
Yes,
be I
yes,
uneducated as well. There
yes.
be I, you know what I'm saying? When we forget those things. And so it's just like I'm doing this homeless hygiene thing. It, it's nothing for somebody to give $50, $100, $200, $500, whatever. Sometimes it's nothing for somebody, but and it may be hard for a person. Maybe there's a person that says, well, I don't have that kind of money. I only have $2. It doesn't matter what you have. The fact that you give out of your heart,
Out of your
out
heart.
of, huh?
I said out of your heart.
Yes, that's
Don't give. Look, don't give and then remind you all year. Well, I donated $25. Well, go ahead and keep your 25 because I don't need you to keep reminding me that you gave me 25. How much did I give to your program? I mean, I'm just saying, when we collect this money, you guys, not collect the money, but when you get your diploma through us, we take time and at least you take a test to get it.
yeah,
At
yeah,
least you have a test to get it. You'll learn something. We're not going to hand it to you or send it through the mail and say, well, we gave you got your high school diploma. Okay, what was your test like? At least you'll know something coming out of our school. Yeah,
hmm
we don't put geometry and all that stuff that you're not going to need. You 40, 30, 50 years old. If you ain't needed back then, well, why are you going to take a job that's using it right now? But our
right.
deal is the school is proving itself. And one thing that I can share with you online right now is that I don't know if you heard me talking when I first called in to the show, but I was finishing up a conversation because they call and they want to see if we can do college courses, but they're going to be accredited college courses. So I don't just want to say, yeah, we can do that and throw out something that somebody won't need in college. We want to make sure it's something that you can get a credit because it will be accredited. This is accreditation school that we will be uh, venturing out to.
And then too, you also have to remember this high school program is also accredited. It's
Yes, it
also,
is. Yes,
and I'm just going to be on. My
yes,
grandson went through this. My
yes.
grandson went through this, and he was able to take that diploma, take it to the Pell Grant people, and get Pell Grant to go to college,
There
to
we
go
go.
to well,
HVAC, HVAC.
HVAC program. Then there
Yes,
was, I know of another person that's already using it for the Pell Grant to go to college. Because we ask for your last four of your social security number
yep.
to give you a student ID. We need
Yes,
your
you do.
birthday. We need your birth date if you want to do, if you want to do this, your place of birth. Those are all those things that build up your ID to when you're graduating high school. They ask for those same things in regular high schools. So the thing about it is, yes, it's easier, it's quicker, it's all of that, but it's not for you to just get the diploma.
That's right.
The real deal is for you to get the diploma and keep pushing yourself to go
Yes,
higher and deeper into things, because sometimes that has caused people where they say, well, I didn't get a diploma, so I can't have nothing but a McDonald's job. No, with a high school diploma, you maybe can be the manager of McDonald's now,
that's right.
because before you get a diploma, if you don't have a diploma, all you're going to be is the McDonald's worker. You're not going to never get anything else better. So I won't say never, but it's harder. It's harder if somebody doesn't give you an opportunity. So,
Well, Dr. Marla, also I want to let you know that when I first started doing the research for the program,
mhm,
I looked up two things. I said, what's the accredited versus non-accredited or whatever? I wanted to know everything about it. So
right.
uh, it was a question posed, if you graduated high school with a 3.5 or a 4.0 or 4.5 or whatever the GPA is now,
4.0. Mhm.
are you sure you can get into Harvard? Are you sure you can get into Princeton? Because they have to let you in. So just because you're accredited, everybody won't accept you, even with accreditation. So
That's true.
when I was doing the program, I checked that question out, and that was a good one. And I went to the bank. I went to places where you could get good jobs because I heard you say McDonald's and being the manager. McDonald's right now is, I think they're paying $15 an hour. That because nobody wants to work anymore, so they're paying $15 an hour. Signs everywhere. I talked to the bank, and the bank said, Mr. Williams, if they have a high school diploma, we will hire them. The credit union said, if you have a high school diploma, I said, well, what about the transcripts? And they said, if you have a high school diploma, you can work here at the bank. You send them right to our office. They can work at the bank. If a credit union trusts you with the Coin Community Academy high school diploma, well, I believe everybody out there will. And our program is proven because everybody that has received that was youngsters or, in working age that needed a high school diploma is getting jobs. I told you about the young man, 30 plus years in prison. He come out, I need a high school diploma. He was referred to us. He got it within 2 weeks. He's still working, and he's been out of almost 2 years. He's still working at his job. Probably got a raise or two since then.
Amen.
We had another one that I'm talking, y'all. These people that are getting the jobs. One young man, he wanted to work on putting the wires on the telephone poles. He needed a high school diploma, $19 an hour. So it's not like they making $6.50 or bagging grocery $3.30 or whatever. They're making real money, y'all. And these people are mostly single. But all we're trying to do is trying to help you better yourself. But we're not going to give it to you. We're not going to, there's no cousin deals or nothing like that because we still have to support other organizations that we have, other foundations.
So going back to that, just so everybody knows, the cost is $250.
Yes, it is.
And the $250 is actually not bad at all. And like you said, the money's going back. It costs stuff to make a diploma, printer ink, all of that stuff to get it accredited for you to get your transcripts. None of that stuff is free. And if you go to a regular high school and they give it to you at graduation, it's because you've worked the 4 years to get it.
There you go. You done bought lunch.
Your parents pay taxes into the school.
There you go.
There's a whole lot of things that people will go, well, I'm not paying that. Well, guess what? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
We didn't ask you to buy a T-shirt, but we will start selling T-shirts real soon. You see this emblem right here? This is our emblem right here, Coin Community Academy. When you see these T-shirts online, hey, even if you don't go to the school, buy a T-shirt. They're going to be reasonable price, less than $10. And we just want you to start wearing them and showing everybody that Coin Community Academy is out there. We want everybody to have an opportunity to have their high school diploma. I'm especially targeting those people 40 and over. But from now and then, we'll have the teenagers. And the reason I don't like messing with the teenagers is because they'll say, well, I'll just go to Coin and graduate. No, I don't want their thinking like that. Now, if they have straight H's and J's and they ain't going to graduate, they need 19 credits in their senior year to graduate, you might want to hurry and get them out of school. I'm just saying, but you know what I'm saying?
Sometimes sometimes we have behavior issues with kids. Sometimes they come from situations where there's gang banging. There's things that they are. So it's hard for them to and concentrate. So there's a way out. But the thing about it is stay in school, people. Stay in school and graduate with regular honors at your regular schools. But if it comes down to where you just can't, and your parents are just sick and tired of being sick and tired of going to the school all the time, and there's help out there, then maybe you should try this. You can take that diploma, go into Job Corps, go into AmeriCorps. Into AmeriCorps, where they can put you right on into a program, building houses and learning some skills, But a lot of times we get these kids, they don't want to do high school. They want this given to them. And when they get it given to them, they still want to sit down. That's not what this is for.
No.
This is for you to better yourself. It's a way that God has allowed us to be able to see. Because, and this isn't about black and white and stuff like that, but
That's
I'm
right.
gonna speak on it right now because our people have been not equipped to do these things. The,
Right.
our counterparts out there have been putting their kids through schools like this. This is nothing new. It's
Nope.
nothing new. But we're set there as our kind of people. We won't want to go and pay money to get this for our child or us as an adult that needs it. We would rather go, well, I don't know if I want to trust that person's school. Is it any, well, Joker, you at home without a diploma, period. So I mean, I don't get and if it took you 20 years to get a diploma and you still ain't got one today, it probably is not like you're going to go and really get one tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you just got to think, is $250 worth the investment for my future, for
That's right.
my children's future, for my grandchildren's future? You know, don't get it and then turn around and not do anything with it. Get it and go forward. It's all about moving forward. It's all about moving up. You know, if you're gonna come to Coin Academy, graduate, get your little get your little high
High
school
school diploma,
high
not
school
a
diploma. It
GED,
ain't a GED. It's a
not
high
a
school
GED.
diploma.
It's a high school
A high
diploma.
school diploma. If
Yes,
you come in there and you get this high school diploma and you decide to sit down after you get it and don't do anything, shame on you.
that's right. You can't
Shame
say
on
you don't have it because
you.
you will have the
I don't
official
want to spend that
seal.
kind of money.
Woo!
I don't want
Let
to
me
spend
tell you this.
$250.
It was something you said. And listen, in this TV land, because I know Dr. Marla have a lot of listeners as well as I do, and I know she's all on YouTube and everything because I see her on there. So all y'all YouTube listeners and everybody else out there that's listening, stop criticizing us. See, I might get in trouble for this, but I don't
No,
care. I don't care because this Dr. J Wheel anyway. You gonna like me or hate me. So y'all must then watch my show. I'm the same way. But listen, stop criticizing us for trying to do something.
amen.
Meaning the
Amen.
black men, the black women. Oh, that sorry man. All that man sorry, that woman sorry. Here we are out here using most of our funds out of our own pocket
Right,
to
right.
help you get to the next level where you're trying to be. So I love that no weapon formed against us because it seemed like the more we do, Dr. Marla, I don't know if the more you do, but it seemed like the more I try to do to stay positive, to be a
The adversary's always there.
positive positive person for my children and grandchildren and wife and family. I'm not in jail. I'm not knocking somebody in the head. I had
Right.
a old woman. She had to be some 80 or something, and you know I was I had a grandson in my program, and I made him president over the organization for Georgia and all this. And that old lady one night she called me. She said, "Are you Mr. Williams?" I said, "Yes, ma'am. How are you doing?" And she said, "You keeping my grandson out? He always talking about you, and he always over there helping people and doing. I just don't think he should be doing that." I said, I listened to her because I respect my elders. I said,
Right.
"Ma'am, could I ask you a question?" She said, "Yeah, sure." I said, "Do I have your grandson out knocking people in the head?" She said, "No." I said, "Do I have your grandson doing drugs?" She said, "No." I said, "Well, what's the complaint?" She couldn't answer me because her grandson was better working with the program because he was around drugs and around that influence. But we are positive, and he was a black young man that was doing great and went on to do greater things. And
Yes.
this is what I'm saying to all my blacks and whites and green or whatever color you are. We don't care what color you are. You are a human being. You are a human being, and if
Yes.
you want your life a little better, well, Coin Community Academy, we are here to help you do that. But what we're not going to do, we are not going to let you pull us down. And like Dr. Marla say, if you didn't have your degree, if you didn't have your if you're in
Diploma.
your 50s and 60s now and you still debating whether you want a high school diploma, your age isn't going backwards, it's going up.
Right.
So
Right.
nobody is going to hire you in the next 5 or 10 years anyway. So why don't you let it be a bucket list? Why don't you say, hey, I got my diploma? See, one thing, and I'm gonna shut up, but one thing I used to
You
teach
don't have to shut up. Tell it like it is.
my children used to come home and say, God bless you, Deacon Covington. My children used to come home and say, Dad, I used to hear them talk. I'm gonna keep it black. I'm gonna keep it black because I said, listen, let me ask y'all a question. Well, they just taking care of them. I said, let me ask y'all a question. I said, y'all go to the same school the white people go to, right? Yes, sir. I said, okay, good. So you get the same book, right? Yes, sir. You get the same teacher, right? Yes, sir. And all us shop at Walmart and Kmart to get your paperwork. And so you got the same pen and pen. They said, yes, sir. I said, the difference is little Johnny go home and he probably doing his homework straight when he get home. But what some of y'all doing, y'all coming home and y'all meet out at the basketball court or y'all
Yeah.
on the Atari or PlayStation. So little Johnny getting the same test that you getting. He got the same teacher that's in public, so you can ask her the same question he's asking. So why are you getting mad at little Johnny? It's you that chose not to study. It's you that chose to shoot basketball or
Holding our children accountable.
huh?
It's called holding people accountable.
There you go. And that's exactly what I did. I always held my children accountable when they shoot that out of their mouth. I said, you're a military brat. You know nothing about being prejudiced because every military school is mixed. You don't know nothing about being segregated. You don't know nothing about the N word you're going to hear that, but you know what I'm saying? Your school is not segregated. You didn't come up like we did, fight our way through
Right.
or whatever, or the blacks
Get
had.
busted all the way across town.
Yeah, some parts of town you didn't walk in. You can walk anywhere on post. I'm just saying, it's blacks, whites, green, whatever on post everywhere. So the thing is, if I did it, and I was probably one of the dumbest persons you ever see. If I did,
Probably second to the dumbest because I was probably the dumbest.
but if we did it,
Yeah.
but the thing is about we reaching back and getting those people, but we got our own people. We up here and they reaching and pulling us back down. Y'all stop that.
Yes.
Y'all stop that. You rather go by, well, I don't know about supporting them because what have we done to you to show you that we buying new shoes and new cars? And if I say, hey, we need $500 because we're going to buy this set of glasses, I guarantee you, I'll come back with the set of glasses with the tag still on it.
Yeah.
Transparency that we doing with the money. And a lot of people criticize me because around Christmas time and all, we take up money, $500-$600, and I go to the store and I go live in the store shopping, and I go live at the cash register with permission to show you how much money that your money that we have spent. Sometimes we're spending $700 and we raise $500. So we try to be the most transparent place around. Organization to show you when you give to us, we are going to. That's why Dr. Marla don't have a problem when she send money here. It's him. We already know that they're gonna be straight with it. And when she needs something, we help each other, y'all. And that's all we trying to do. We trying to get you. Not like we have arrived or anything, but I guarantee you, I'm not going back to where I used to be. And I'm not going to let a person criticize me because God has blessed us. I get criticized for having a camper. Oh, that's for the white people. Well, what's for the black people, y'all? What's for the black people? If everything you got to change your thinking. You got to change your thinking.
That's right.
You got to change your stinking thinking. That's what you got to do. You got to change the stinking thinking. Whatever they made, when they made a Toyota, they didn't say this only for the Oriental people. They said You want a Toyota? We'll build one for you. You want some extra speakers in it? I mean, whatever you want, they will make it happen for you. This is not a black folks only thing. This is not a white folks only. Man,
Amen.
you cater to the white people. No, I don't cater to the white people. It just seems like more white people support me than my own color or my own race do. How about that? I'm just keeping it real with you. I done said too much.
No, you're absolutely right. And I mean, I have one of my sisters, and she said, "Well, how could I just donate? Maybe like donate 2 or 3 kids to be able to get a diploma, or two or three people that need a diploma." And I said, "All you got to do is just send the money. We'll give us the names of the people you want
Trust
to,
me, they will receive
and
it.
we'll get it going." Because see, it's not just about me helping the people I know, but it's any of y'all out there that are listening and you know somebody that could use this program,
Yes.
even if
Yes.
they can't afford it themselves and you can, donate it to them. Say, hey, I know you don't have your high school diploma,
What
but
about a Christmas present?
give me this information and I'll make sure that you get it. I'll have Marla send you the test. The test is easy. It is, I'm telling y'all. Yeah, I keep one of my sisters like it's a course, and it's not a course. A test, one test that is that gives you an accredited high school diploma.
And it's an open book test.
You can go on. I mean, literally,
Go online.
Go on Google. I'm going to give you an example of one of the questions. Just one of them.
Tell me the bonus question.
Well, a bonus question. The bonus question. How many states do we have in the United States?
Google.
I mean, if you don't know it, Google it. Then, like, what are the names of the states, the capitals of each one of the states? Google it. It's not about how hard the test is. Y'all don't understand. It's not about how hard the test is. It's about getting it done so you can go to the next level.
And this was great. This was great. Deacon Covington, you can, I don't know if you minister Covington now, but Covington, you and Dr. Marla can back me up on this. When we all came up in the ministry together. Y'all know that.
Mm-hmm.
They always harped on, why are you looking in the table of contents to find out where Job is or John or Ezekiel? Yeah, and it made you study. I mean, we were all bad with. I mean, we were. I give us credit. The church we came up in, we learned a lot, and we challenged
the word. That's right.
Was good. Exactly. So I won't take that away from us. But what I was getting at is, okay, why is the table of contents there? If you getting a test and we telling you open book, Google. Name all 50 states and the capital. Oh, okay. And you're not cheating. You're hearing it from us. You are not cheating it's an open book. And most of the time, open book tests are usually the harder ones because we kind of make it harder. But this one is not like that.
No.
This one is not like that. We're not
setting you up for failure. You know, the whole point of it is it's not about stifling you. It's not to hem you up and be like, oh my God, if I don't pass this, I'm not gonna. That's not what this academy is. That's not why we even doing the diploma program. It has nothing to do with trying to make it hard, stifle you. It is so you can go to the next level in your life.
And it is also for you to not just be handed your high school diploma.
Right.
And listen to this. We even tell you, because I did it for 3 people already. You say, Dr. Marla, you're in my hometown. I want a full-blown graduation from my family. You go set that up, and Dr. Marla will be there. And if it's not out of my thing, Dr. Williams will be there too. You will have your graduation music, but you need to buy your robe and your cap and gown. I tell you, buy your cap and gown. The lady came out, y'all. She had her cap and gown. We had the music. She walked across the stage. She received her diploma just as if she graduated. She thought she was graduating college. We do it nice for you because
That's right. My grandson took pictures. My grandson pictures and everything. And it's just the fact of everybody wants that high school experience. Maybe
Yes.
maybe you
Yes.
didn't get it. Maybe you decided, you wanted to drop out in 11th grade or whatever the case
Go
is
back and get it.
and didn't get it. But you know what? Everybody wants that experience. And it's like, okay, so you can go on, and I've already priced them. You can go on Amazon,
Yeah.
literally, and get a $25 robe and gown.
Get your cap and gown. And
And
fix
our,
your
our,
head up like they do. Hey,
our
fix your head
color,
up like they doing these days.
our colors for Come On In and Come On In Academy is blue, royal blue, gold, and white, right?
Yep, that's it.
So you could go get a diploma, go get you a high school diploma in royal blue and be done with it, or get a white gown or get a gold gown.
Whichever
It's
one you want, and put your little thing down. I graduated corn commit, whatever you want to put on there, and
yeah,
they dazzle their hats now. I mean, it's your graduation. It's your graduation. And wear it proudly when you do it. We
yeah.
graduated people. I just graduated two people in Long Beach, California, y'all. Long Beach, my first time ever going to a function, and they said, "Can you graduate us there?" They had the robes on. I mean, they had the full blown thing. I graduated another person in Houston, Texas. Graduated another person in Greenville, South Carolina. Whenever they call and say, "Hey, this is important to me. Can you come out? Will you make time?" You set it to where I'm not busy, I will definitely come out and do it. But I
If
mean,
you're
it, it, oh
in
man,
this area, I will get on. I will get my doctorate cap and gown on,
that's
and
exactly what I do. That's
because
exactly what
if
we
you
do.
was in high school or in college, even the person with the doctorate degree is going to give you the diploma.
That's it.
So we're trying to do this as professionally as possible with dealing with people that maybe not there yet. You know what I'm saying? But I just really want y'all to understand that the program is it's valid, it's good. Try it. Give somebody else give them a birthday gift, give them a Christmas gift, give them you just want to see your kid do better. You want to see this. You wanted something you wanted all your life and you just couldn't do it. Now's the time. Now's the time. Today, tomorrow's not promised. The word of God tells us tomorrow's not promised.
And
You
this
know,
this adds a little more stank to it, y'all. That's what the teenagers say. This adds a little more stank to it. If I come in and present it to you, not only am I the founder of the school and president and all that good stuff, but I'm also a history maker. I'm your 2022 United States Martial Arts Hall of Fame, the 2022 United States of America Martial Arts Hall of Famer, the 2022 Universal Martial Arts Hall of Famer, as well as the MMASC Martial Arts Hall of Famer, and I'm the only African American that holds those titles, all those titles in the United States of America. So I know my worth, but why would I hold on to all those titles and do what I'm doing when I can be given back? And I get on the martial artists. I said, okay, you got a black belt, but who are you helping in the community? Who
yeah,
knows you in your community? Because that's what we're supposed to do. So we history makers, y'all. We don't have to listen. We don't have to wait till February to make history. Y'all
that's
stop
right.
with,
That's
well,
right.
Black History Month, I gotta wait till February. No, make history every day. And matter of fact, black men, we make history every day that we get up because we didn't get shot by the police, we didn't get beat down. I mean, y'all know the story, y'all know the history of blacks. So we make history every day. When you at home and you raising your children and you've been there from start, from girlfriend to finish, you know what I'm saying? From when the baby said when and now they graduating high school, brother, you done made history right there yourself.
Amen.
Because a lot
Amen.
of sorry men walk off and bat their hand and and all blah blah blah. Sometimes the woman is like that. So we make history every day, and
Right.
it's okay to pat yourself on the back every now and then because you did that responsibility, not just laid on the couch, but you actually went to a football game they had, or you supported your children in their events that they wanted to do. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? you should be proud of that moment, because one day you're gonna wake up and they're gonna be asking you for the car keys, or saying, "Dad, will you take my hand and give it away in marriage or something?" So we have to be. I'm telling you, I try to take advantage of all that God has blessed me with.
Yes, yes. Amen. Dr. Williams, I thank you. And matter of fact, and just you've already told about your stuff like, the martial arts side of that. And I know that's a big thing in your life and everything, but there's the other side of John that is a humble man that is working with the homeless, that
Yeah,
has a wife that loves God, that is serving by his side, doing those things. And so it's important. It's really all it goes back to, that how that each one teach one
yeah,
is
yes,
it goes back to when I give, I give. When I get, I give. I give more. I try to continue to give, because you can't look at other people and be like, look where they at.
yeah,
They
yeah,
need it.
yeah.
I was just driving home this evening, and there's a young girl. That matter of fact, there's two girls that
I'm
I've
here.
been, and they're homeless, and they are literally laying out on the hard concrete. Young women, young women, and there's so much I wish I could just do for them. You know, um, my heart goes out. I can't reach and do something for every single person. There's a lot of things that are out there with drugs and trust and all those kind of things. But if we just continue to have the heart of God for people, have the heart of God for people. We're not, none of us are going to get rich off of what we're doing. Trust us. We're not going to get rich off of doing it.
Sure not.
We're
'Cause
definitely not going to do that.
we
And every
definitely
time
feel
you hear
more than we receive.
yeah, 'cause brother Williams had to encourage me yesterday, because I was like, I have this situation with a friend, a family of mine,
We all
and
do.
and he was like, honey, we all have this all the time. And it just becomes, it's frustrating, but you want so much more. You want so much for your family and your friends and people that you see, that
Yeah.
even though they may have all the money, they may be doing good and have all the money, but money don't buy happiness. Money doesn't buy uh
Something is missing.
exactly. Something's still going to be missing. So go get what you can to make your whole self whole.
Mm.
If you know what I'm saying, your whole self whole, and allow God to work in your life. We think that we got it together because we're better off financially. But honey, if we don't have God, we have nothing. We have
Can I share something else?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I know I'm finished. We talked about the martial arts and all that, but um,
Oh, you're an author too. Forgot to tell you.
oh yeah. So that's how I lead into it. That's how I lead into it. So we talk about all the martial arts and everything, but I don't want to be known for my martial arts. I want to
Right.
be known because I'm more than a martial
Got a
artist,
martial
and that's my book that you can find in the anywhere online and all the stores. Dr. John Williams, More Than a Martial Artist, and I talk about my failures and successes and stuff. And I was just so honored that there was a award named in my honor.
Oh,
Uh,
praise the Lord.
there was an award called the Distinguished Person Humanitarian Award, named in honor of Dr. John Williams, which is myself. And we don't do this often. I was blown away. I was blown away. So what I wanted to do, and this is perfect, because many times we get awards named in our honor, or something this big, and people say, well, he do whatever, but they make a little thing out of it. But I don't think it's something small when you get the key to the city, you get history making for your what you did in the martial arts, the Hall of Fames and all that, and then somebody sees you enough to name a they see your humanitarian work and think it enough of you to name a certified award in your honor. So I
Amen.
want to do something right now because this is your audience, Dr. Marla. I just want to read my little diploma thing, and if I could on your show,
That's
first
a big diploma there, boy. Look at that big size.
I'll turn it around in a minute. It says Distinguished Person Humanitarian Award. This award is named in honor of Dr. John F. Williams. Be it known that Dr. Marla Facey has been awarded this prestige award for her humanitarian service to her community, state, and country. Throughout our country's history, the American story has been strengthened by those who combine on optimism, and about what can be with the resilience to turn that vision into reality. Dr. Marla Facey has been that example and has proven her worth through her works. She understood that she was not alone in recognizing those who are willing to step up and volunteer in service of community and country as an example to the ongoing work of forming a more perfect union. On behalf of Come On In Incorporation, with much love and respect, we continue to encourage her to continue to answer the call to service. This award is in dedication to each person that has chosen to distinguish themselves above the rest with all honor, rights, and privilege pertaining to the above name, in recognition of your support as a humanitarian for others. In testimony there whereof, this award has been conferred in Colorado Springs, USA, whereupon the undersigned has affixed his name to this. The first day of October 2022, Dr. John Williams, founder, CEO of Come On In Incorporation, a certified Dr. Marla. We want to say congratulations. I hope it's not too bright. I'm trying to fix it where you can see it on there. Let me turn this light out. Maybe that'll help me.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all done got me all. Now I'm all in tears. Now I'm ugly. I'm ugly
There we
crying.
go. There we go. There we go. So
I'm ugly crying now. Don't do this to me.
there we go.
Be the
So
glory. To God be the
you
glory.
you will be getting this, and it's 11 by 17,
Oh
and it
wow.
is the distinguished humanitarian. And if you look over in that corner, that gold seal over in that corner, over here,
Uh-huh.
oh, right here is the certified, showing
Wow.
that it is a certified uh, certificate, and we just appreciate you. And the reason I chose you is because you and I came up together, and there's been times when I really needed something for the program or the humanitarian part of feeding the homeless or whatever. You said, I'm gonna bust you out. You'll say, John, I ain't got but like $20, but that $20, you didn't. That $20 was like $200 because you didn't know what I need and what I needed, how much I was far from my goal. And I just want to say thank you. Y'all hearing it from me out there in TV land. You're hearing it from me. And this comes with a medallion as well. These are brand new. So the medallions will not be ready until like next week. That's why I was going to just surprise you. I wish you could see the writing, but I was going to surprise you
You
with
did
it.
surprise me.
I was going to let you open up the mail and see it, but I wanted to personally do it since I knew I was going to be on your show tonight. So
Oh, thank
for
you.
anybody out there that's doing work, uh, Dr. Marla is one of my ambassadors to Come On In, and I think she know that anytime that I can get recognition for them, I don't care if it's a presidential award or whatever, because our program is a certified organization to issue the presidential award signed by the President of the United States of America. You probably see them in my background back here, the Lifetime Achievement Awards signed by the President of the United States, blah, blah, blah.
Yes. Yes.
I don't take it lightly because
Amen.
of
To God be the glory.
how many, my question is, how many people have something that they could bless others with. But
Amen.
because, well, they stepped on my sock 16 years ago, I ain't recognizing them for nothing. No, you got to let that stuff go. We are humanitarians. We're workers of God. And God is not going to let you into heaven because you're going to get up there and say, well, God, she didn't say sorry to me. Yeah, I'm just saying, let's
Amen.
let that junk go and let's support each other more. Stop saying what all we going to do and all that. Let's just start doing it. Let's just start doing it. So Dr. Marla is, uh, like I said, one of our ambassadors, and she has that right. If she say, Doc Williams, we got 7 people that I think I want to recognize for that Distinguished Person Humanitarian Award. Well, those 7 people will get it without question from me because she is one of my ambassadors, and that's what we do. We recognize people. We look for people that's doing the good things in the community. I know I done said too much, Dr. Marla, but I wanted to recognize you. Thank you so much because you're on it. And
Thank
then
you.
you got to inbox me about that beautiful background drop because I can
I'll
make I
get
can
you.
get that.
You
I
send
get
me.
that when I go places,
You send me your. You send me your logo,
You
and
the money, it doesn't matter. And
I'll get it made for you. You send me the logo, I definitely can get it made.
I'll cash out you the money and let's
You ain't
make it
got
happen.
I didn't ask you for that. That's not what I
I
asked.
have had fun, y'all. I appreciate everybody that's watching, and thank you again, Dr. Marla, for letting me come on and
Always, John. Always.
let me tell about the school because now I'm gonna start getting the t-shirts ready because I feel that the
Well,
school
we're
is
working this together. We're working this together. Yes, you're the CEO, and it's your thing, but I'm here to serve. I'm here to help,
it's
and I want
our thing.
right, and I want people to benefit from this.
Yes, yes,
And if you just go along and do what we're telling you and just and work, this will pay off for you. It really
yeah.
will. If it doesn't do no more than boost your self-esteem. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
And the other
Sometimes all a
thing
person needs.
and the other thing is you don't want somebody to just hand you a high school diploma anyway. You want to at least take a 3-question test to say that you did it. I mean, that you did it. We didn't hand it to you. No, you earned that. And
Yes,
then, like I tell you, when you graduate, man, get your cap and gown and
you're
have
right.
yourself a graduation party like everybody else did or do or whatever. Throw your hat up in the air if it's just you by yourself. Take your hat off when we said a new graduate and throw it up in the air like you would have done if
Amen.
you was around those. And if you want to feel good about yourself, just play like you're in one of them little country towns that had 2 people graduating. I mean, whichever way you got to make yourself feel good. I'm
Two of
just
the
saying.
4 people. You were one of the 4.
Yeah, you was the valedictorian. Yeah, you made all that.
But yeah, and we laughing about it, but you know what? It's so serious, y'all.
Yes, yes.
It's really, and all you got to do, I think, John, you can tell them how they can pay if they want to do it. They pay you, pay your come on in and academy. Is that how you have it done, or cash app
Yes,
you,
if
or
you go
tell
through
you?
Dr. Marla, just she'll cash app everything to me. The reason I do cash app or PayPal is because that's our receipt. So if you come back and say, well, I know I paid you $80, well, I just look back on the cash app or I look back on the PayPal and it'll
Yes,
tell you how much you paid us. Or
or
if you have
Zelle. I do Zelle. I do Zelle, and Zelle's
yeah,
the same
yeah,
way.
either one,
Any
just
of those
let us
ways.
know. Yeah.
Um, any of those ways you can pay for it. Like I said, it's $250, and know that money is not going to make anybody rich. It is to
Nope.
help further maybe even help the next person to get or to
And that's what it's
home,
basically just giving back. Yep.
homeless stuff.
Just giving back.
Homeless. There's so many people out there that don't even have food to eat tonight. That helps out when we go do our homeless drives,
Yes.
our toy drives, our sock drives, our blanket drives. I mean, we trying to stay busy. I'm getting ready. That was my next thing I talked about earlier, is I'm getting ready to do a homeless hygiene kits. We're going to be giving out. I'd like to get enough money to buy about 200 or 300 of them so we can give them out to the homeless. And yes, this is the area I live in, but you know what? It doesn't matter what area you in, long as people are getting help. It doesn't matter.
Come on
I
in.
donate sometimes to Colorado, that he's taking it to Arkansas or
Exactly.
wherever.
Yeah.
Wherever it is, it's about helping people. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter where they're from. I
That's
don't
it.
care, so we can't care, oh, I only want to help my community in California. No, we want to
No.
help people do better and be
Everybody.
better,
That's right. Well,
so
I
this
appreciate
is
you
a great
guys
show.
once
Thank you
again.
so much.
If you just happen to be online, look up Dr. John Williams, More Than a Martial Artist. And I
Yes,
appreciate any support we get. If you're supporting Dr. Marley, you're supporting me because we support each other. So that's just the way it is. So
and like when I was selling my books, I donated everything.
exactly.
I donated everything back from Amazon. They have a place where if you have your books sold through Amazon, that anything that you buy, any of those books that you buy, the money went to an organization to help people. It was homeless. It was a homeless organization. So so it's all about helping. It's all about helping the next person. I'm not a 100 bestseller bookseller, a book writer or anything like that, but if what I write can help the next person along, then I've done my job.
And when you read this book, you'll see some of the stuff that Dr. Marla, because I mirrored my book. Some of the stuff in my book is mirrored off of her books. And I believe I have every one of her books that she put out so far. So just the way we are, y'all, just the way we are, helping one another, not just talking about it, but we be about it.
Amen.
So,
So you give my love to Brenda and the children and the
same there, same here.
grandbabies. I love you all, and we love you all out there in radio, TV land, whatever, it's YouTube land, all of that. We are grateful, 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 and
Yeah,
thank you for
yeah.
coming on. Thank you for coming on at the last,
Thank you.
sort of like the last minute. We talked about it, but to get the time
You
right,
made it happen, though.
made it happen, and I thank you. And any time you want to come back on, we got other subjects about to. Matter of fact, we're going to be talking about. I'm going to have some school teachers on either next week or the week after. We're going to be talking about the public schools and stuff,
Oh,
and
good,
so
good.
that's another way you can come back on and talk about this a little bit more too, because
Right in there.
those teachers are really struggling with a lot of issues within the classroom.
A lot of them is walking off the job too.
Yes,
It's really bad here. I think we down like 1,000 teachers or 1,500. They were saying it this morning. We're like 1,500 teachers short here just in Colorado.
So you already understand how come kids that even if you have children that we're doing really good in school, how frustrating that can be. All of a sudden they go to school one day, they have this teacher that they love, and then all of a sudden the teacher's no longer there. That puts learning gaps in children at any age, And so if you think about doing that your kids sophomore, junior, senior year, and then they just say, you know what,
I'm done.
Forget it all. I'm done.
They don't care about me. They don't care about me. Yep.
Yeah.
So thank you once again. I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all just pray for me. ComeOnIn.org. I forgot to get my thing, my website. ComeOnIn.org.
Okay, let me put that in the comments.
ComeOnIn.org. Please don't do ComeOnIn.com because you might not be saved again.
That's it. ComeOnIn.org.
That's it.
Yep. That's his website. You can go on there, and if you want to inbox him or something like that and tell him, hey, I want to do my diploma. I'd like to have my kid do a diploma.
Yeah.
So I do think there is a age limit. They have to be 16, right? At least.
We want them to be, and if they're 16, they're just not getting out of school yesterday because they still have a chance. But make sure if they're 16 that it's just, it's just one of those.
A last
Yeah, we are a super last when it comes to that age
Yeah.
bracket. Super last resort because I don't want to get in trouble, not get in trouble, but I don't want any backlash from any school or hey, you taking all the kids. No, I'm not doing that. We
No,
want them.
nobody
The
wants you to
reason
really just go to school and graduate and do it the right way. That's the way you
exactly
do all of it. But
now
at the same
if
time,
they 17 and they just need that high school to get that job. I mean, if they getting out of school for a reason, not just because I don't feel like waking up in the morning, but if they getting the high school diploma to get a job or something, to, like you say, go in the job course, we don't mind doing that. But if you just say, "Well, I'm 16 now, I don't want to go to school," and you want to get a high school diploma and you don't plan on working or nothing. We want this to be something that's positive, that's something that's going to help you get to your next level.
and
Because
that's why that's
everybody don't like school. I didn't.
right. And that's why when you're at that age, that's why he has a question on there about the guardian, because the
Yes,
guardian needs to be
yes,
able to provide, this is why I want my son or daughter to have this because such and such is going on. They've been they're
yeah.
being bullied in school every day and they're wanting to give up. There's some issues that is viable, but
Marla, can I add this?
uh-huh.
Parents, if you're listening, make sure that you're checking your children at school because we just graduated one that was 17. We graduated, he'll be graduating through our program in November. But he went to school, me and his dad working with his stuff. So I do know, yeah, I know them. But he went to school and just told them, well, my dad and mom, he's 17, a senior, and went to school and said, I don't want to come to school no more. My dad and mom is cool with it. And they checked him out of school. He checked himself out of school.
Mm.
So if your child is at home all the time, you might want to see because they didn't call the dad, they didn't call the mom. They took the kid, uh, they took the kid's
His
word
word. Yeah.
that his mom and dad was cool with it, and he checked himself out of school.
Yeah.
So
And then you
y'all
gotta
might want to check
also
on that
right. You also got to know the laws in the state that you live in
in the
because
state
you
that you
got,
live in.
got
Because
some
this is Colorado, they can do that. At 17, you can check yourself out of school. We just found that out a couple of weeks
yeah,
ago.
yeah. So you
All
got
right.
different laws in some schools, they want the parents to come in
Yeah.
there, withdraw, do all that.
Yeah,
And then you got
yeah.
some
They
states
don't do that
where as
anymore.
long as
Not here.
yeah, and there's even some states where it's 16 years old. Some people can give their kids away to marriage at 16. So you
Yes, you
have to
can.
understand
You
there's
are
certain
Alaska.
states yeah, there's some states that's okay. So if
Yeah.
that's one of the states, then we have to deal with that. But if it's not, you need to know what's going on with your kids and
Yes.
their
Yes.
yeah, because we don't want to
Well,
get anybody in trouble or do anything outside of the
exactly.
will of God for their life.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Well, thank you
So
once again so much. And again, congratulations, Miss Distinguished Person Humanitarian.
so much. Thank you so much. And God bless each and every one of you. Uh, Dr. Williams, I am eternally grateful for you and your wife. I love you guys with my whole heart. And you all take care of yourselves.
Yes,
If
ma'am.
you need anything, I'm getting, like I said, I'm getting ready to do this drive, this hygiene drive,
You know
whatever,
we got you back.
whatever you can have, anybody that's on in the program that wants to help. That's what I'm doing. I'm like you, I'm very transparent. I have the
Yep.
movie camera going.
Yep.
Look, I'm buying all of these toothpastes and
That's
all
it.
these
That's it.
you know, because we want you to understand that we're not getting the money and just buying our kids gifts or doing this and
That's
that and the
right.
other. We are taking care of what we say we're going to take care of. So
Yes, ma'am.
God be the glory. Thank you all for joining with another night of No Weapon Formed Against Us, Sister Talk Radio. And even though he's a brother, but, but we thank God for each and every person that comes on, whether you view us later on, whether you're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, any of your favorite podcasts, you can find us. And then you can also view us on YouTube Live and on Facebook Live. So we're
Yes.
well rounded, we're all over, and God is doing a new thing. He's doing, and this is our first show since the summertime. So
Wow, that's
we're
true. Yeah.
getting back on track.
Yes.
Sometimes you just need to take some time out, and God says it's time to rest, and sometimes it's that time. So I'm starting back our Bible studies. I'm starting back our No Weapon Formed Against Us and Monumental Moments. I'm getting ready to be busy, but it's for the Lord and it's for God's people.
Yes, it
Simple as
is.
that. Okay. So
Appreciate you so much. Thank you guys, and good seeing everybody that was on. Thank you guys. Thank you, and just looking for your support.
all right. Thank you all. God bless you. Good night.
Bless you.